Hello guys, and welcome to my very first episode interactive tutorial. So this tutorial is going to be just about the basics, so it'll be kind of describing how you set up a story, how you create your characters, how you create outfits for those characters, and how you kind of create your very first scene and just have your characters walking on screen and having a small conversation. So let's just jump straight into it here. Let's click on New Story, and it will pop up with this box here asking you to create the name of your story. Now, you can change this later on if you haven't decided on one yet, but I would recommend deciding beforehand on the definite name. The reason being is that whatever name you type in here actually appears in your URL in the address bar of your browser every time you write your story. So if you do change it down the line, if you do change it down the line, that original name that you chose will be stuck in that address bar. Now that won't appear to readers in any way, but it'll just be a little bit irritating for yourself. So I would recommend kind of deciding for definite what you want to call it up front. So I'm just going to call this one Joe's Tutorial, and go ahead and click create. Okay, so this is the kind of home page of your story now. This is what you'll be taken to every time you load it up. And to start you off, the portal does give you a few tips here. So this is a brand new story. To start, click here to make an actor. So yeah, that's the first thing we're going to want to do. So let's click on characters. And you're given a load of preset characters on the right here. And the idea is that you select one of these preset characters and then you customize them to become whatever you want then. So for this tutorial, I think I'm going to create some characters from my series of books, The Sakura Sequence. So why don't we create Loka Thumbsuckle? So we can type in Loka here, and you can actually type it in any case you like, but what happens is it changes the case to all uppercase when it finishes creating the character. The reason being is that all of your characters will have to have uppercase names in your script at least. The reason being is that so it doesn't get confused when reading directing commands with kind of like names appearing elsewhere in dialogue and things like that. So you can actually just go ahead and click on any of these characters here, and I'm going to pick Charlotte as my base model here because Charlotte is the name of my lovely wife, and all we need to do is click create and save. Okay, so here we can customize our character to exactly as we want her. So hair-wise, Loka has kind of punky hair. That's how I imagine it to be anyway. So let's have a look what we got. I mean, there's so much to choose from. Where to start? Oh, here we go. Punk hair red. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it may not be exactly like I imagine her hair to be in the books, but it's close. It's close enough. I like the kind of the mix of colours. So you can pick a particular nose style. I think for Loka, let's have the small nose. It takes a little while to load on the side there, so just be patient after you click. It doesn't change immediately. Eyes. So I think Loka would have kind of normal size eyes, and she would have brown eyes, I think. Normal eyes, one brown. Let's have a look. Yeah, looks cool to me. And mouth, there's a few mouths to choose from here. Now she definitely wouldn't have something like the full mouth. I find these to look very, very much for an older character I mean, looking at that, it's very Kylie Jenner. Let's have a look here. I think Loka would have more of an average kind of size mouth, small mouth, lip, orange. Let's try that one. Yeah, much more normal. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go to save changes. So as you can see, Loka is still wearing the default outfit that was given to the Charlotte default character. So what we're going to want to do is give her some appropriate clothing. So just go to outfits here. And you can just go ahead and delete the ones they give you, unless you want to keep any of them, of course. And it automatically brings up all of the outfits in one go. So it's great to scroll through to see what's available. But if you are looking for anything particular, you can search right by here. You can also look at categories right by here. So let's choose some pants to begin with. And I think that Loka, on her days away from school, will probably wear something like the knit leggings here. There we go. And let's give her some shoes. Now, I imagine Loka to wear something close to like Converse trainers, but I don't think we have anything like that yet. But probably the closest we're going to find is something like these trainers here, sneakers. Let's go for the pink and black ones. There we go. And let's give her a shirt. So I really like these skull t-shirts. These kind of off-the-shoulder ones. We don't want to make it look too gothic, so let's give her a white one to contrast the black leggings. And you can actually go through tons and tons of stuff here. There's some really cool things like in the accessories. You can have handbags, glasses, a hockey mask, a pirate eye patch, bunny ears, all sorts. But I'm just going to leave it at this for now. I think that's cool. So let's go to save. And we are pretty much ready to go with one character. So let's go. I mean, actually, let's create another character. We're going to want to have some kind of conversation here. So let's go back to characters before we start writing anything. And let's make Tank Bingo. And there we go. Actually, when you go back to characters here, it'll show you a new outfit on your character. And yeah, that's great. So new character. And let's create Mr. Tank. What model shall I use? I mean, it doesn't really matter because you can, at the end of the day, actually, any character that you click on can be customized to become any of the others. So let's just start with Kyle. Create and save. And the spiky hair actually looks pretty cool for Tank, but of course Tank has black hair in the books, so let's change that to the same hairstyle but black. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, it's never going to be completely accurate to what I have in my imagination, but that's close enough for now. And Tank, do you know, I don't even know what colorized Tank has. I should know, really, being the author of the books, but let's say I think they're probably brown. Let's try Guys 2 brown. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And to be honest, I pretty much always keep the guy's mouth on the olive colour because it's kind of the most natural looking. The others tend to look a little bit weird for this skin tone at least. So I'm going to leave that as is. So let's save the changes. And then let's make an outfit for Tank. Okay. So automatically it's taken me back to local default. So to just select the outfit you want, it's just here under my outfits. So go to Tank default. And I'm going to delete those 3 again. Don't want any of those, I don't think. So because it understands and it realizes that this is a male character, it's automatically selected the male outfits here for me. And there's not quite as many not quite as much of a selection for the male characters in terms of clothing options, but there's still a decent amount. I really like these black and red trainers. Although I think these two here, actually all these here are new. I may be mistaken, but I really like those. Actually, do you know what? Let me choose these red ones. So if you do want to delete something, like I just made a mistake then, or I changed my mind, you just scroll back to the top and just click on the ones you want to get rid of, and it's as easy as that, really. So we got some red trainers. I like the dark skinny jeans for Tank. And I do like this red t-shirt with the headphones on it. That is very Tank. There we go. And it goes with these red trainers. That'll do for now. Let's go to save. And we are finally ready to start writing our story. So let's go back to our story by clicking this button at the top left. And click here to get this story started. So new episode. And this is what you're going to be presented with immediately every time you start a new chapter. Now the first thing that I do is copy this, go down to and paste it. Now the reason why, well, I'll show you now, is I leave that one as is because that's the outro to each chapter, and then you're going to want to change this one to the intro to your chapter. So I'm going to write episode 1, the tutorial begins, and I didn't capitalize it. There we go. Episode 1, the tutorial begins. Now all that's going to do is give you a black background, and that's what this is here, and then the narrator, which is just a speech bubble with which is assigned to no character in particular. The narrator says, episode 1, the tutorial begins. And what you're going to want to do next is add in your backgrounds. Now, the backgrounds are all listed in this art catalog here, so I would usually recommend you having it open at all times. So just click open link in new tab and just load this up here, and it'll give you all of these preset backgrounds that Pocket Gems have made. Now, a new feature is the option to upload your own backgrounds, which is amazing, but it's a bit more advanced, and to be honest, there's so much to choose from here. I would recommend, if you're just starting out, just choose one of the preset backgrounds. There's so much you can choose from here. It's fantastic. Now, where shall we have Luca and Tank? Let's just have them chilling outside this house, shall we? Yeah, why not? So all you need to do is copy the name of the particular scene that you want to use here. Go back to your story and just paste it in if I can. Yeah, there we are. And anything that you write after this will happen in this scene. So let's have Luca entering the scene from the left hand side. So we're going to need to put at loca. Now what the at symbol does is it tells the script that it's a directing command and not some kind of dialogue or something like that. So whenever you're animating the characters, you're always going to need to put that at symbol there. So loca enters from left to screen left. Now what that means is loca is going to enter the screen from the left hand side, and she's going to walk to the left hand side of the screen. And we're going to have Tenk enter from the other side. So at Tenk enters from right to screen right. But actually I'm going to have Tenk running into the scene in this occasion. So all you need to do for that is put and Tenk is running. Okay, so Loca's going to say something to Tenk here. Let's put Loca, and then all you need to do for dialogue is write something underneath her name. So let's say just something simple like, hey Tenk. Now you're going to want to animate the characters while they're talking as well. And if you go over to the right hand side of your screen here, you'll actually see your characters' names. And if you just click on one of them, it'll give you all of their available animations. And these eyes, if you click on any of the eyes, it'll just give you a preview of what that animation looks like. So I think in this case, we're going to want to kind of give a little wave to Tenk. So there's a good one called Talk Greet. So let's just click on the eye here. And there we go. That's what it looks like. Perfect for the occasion. So all you need to do is put in brackets next to the character's name, Talk Greet with the underscore included, and she will say those words while she's doing that animation. So Tenk, in return, is going to say, well, he's going to be shocked to see her, so he's going to say, whoa, hey Loca. No, he's going to say, whoa, Loca, what are you doing here? And let's say for the animation, he's going to say, sorry, he's going to do the talk startled animation, which is a pretty good one. First kind of shocked look while they're talking as well. And then for this line, he's going to shrug. Yeah, let's do talk shrug, because he's asking a question. And then Loca is going to say, I've come here to challenge you to a friction duel. Don't need the capital. I've come here to challenge you to a friction duel. And for this one, I think she's going to point at him. So there's a good one called Talk Angry Point. And Tenk is going to say, really? And he's going to be a little bit scared, so let's put Talk Afraid. That's a good one where he covers his mouth. And then Loca is going to say, you scared bub. Ooh, you scrayed bub. There we are. And she's going to put her hands on her hips, I think. Talk arms on hips. Rude. That's a cool animation. And I think that is a good little starter conversation. Let's save that. See if there's any errors. No errors this time. And yeah, I mean, pretty much that is it. What I'm going to do now is show you what that looks like when you load up the app and test it. And yeah, I think that's all you need to know to kind of get your story started anyway. In the next video, I'll go a little bit into some of the more kind of advanced animation techniques, and also possibly into choices maybe in the next video, the one after. So anyway, thanks for watching this beginner's video, guys, and I hope it's been a help to some of you who are just starting out. And please subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already read my books, The Secret Sequence, please go ahead and do so. The first one is free on Wattpad, City of the Falling Sky. And if you haven't played my episode stories, please go and play them. My first story was The Phoenix Prophecy, and my second story is The Ember Effect. And I would love to hear what you guys think of them. Okay, I will see you in the next video.